All
As
right.
of right now, it's just oh
Uh,
yeah, you
oh,
wanna go
I just
first?
started. All right. I'm gonna play the intro. Oh, oh, yeah, what, uh, uh, yeah, yeah, uh-huh, uh, yeah, 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 yeah. All right, introduce yourself, Rico.
Hey, it's Rico. Just me and Teen today. We're might be a little bit short of our podcast. We kind of short on topics this week, but we'll bring you the breaking news on the RNG podcast.
It's not really breaking. It's pretty minimal.
Yeah, it is.
But let me turn this shit off, bro. All right. Yeah, you got me and our special guest, Gideon. Say what's up, Gideon. All right.
Thanks, Gideon, for the introduction.
All right. What's the first fucking topic of this shitty ass podcast?
Um, First topic is Apple
Well,
allowing
wait, hold
emulators.
on. You know what? Before we start any topics, I just want to say that Rico is an asshole. You know why Rico is an asshole? Because this young female, right? She wanted to come up to him. She wanted to ask him politely if, because Rico's like fluent in Japanese, completely fluent in Japanese.
N-
He
Okay,
he knows
that's
one
not
hundred
true.
percent of it. He reads Japanese manga, and this little girl came up to him. She was like, "I want to be your apprentice," or she messaged him through me. She said that she wants to be his apprentice and learn Japanese with him, or help her learn Japanese. And he said, "No, fuck you, do it by yourself." True story.
Okay, it's not true. All right. They were roasting me because I actually don't know it that well. I'm like very beginner level. All right, and I
Beginner
I'm
in
not
college.
qualified to teach. Oh my goodness. No. All right. I'm not. I'm not. This is slander. Okay.
How it's just later. This is literally how it happened.
This is not how it happened.
What do you mean? Okay,
Um.
explain how it happened then.
Right. You came to me like, oh, she's cooking you, Rico, and then she sent me this thing in Japanese saying, "Hey, teach me Japanese." So I'm like, oh, she's trying to like insult my expertise on the topic, right? Because I'm not that fluent,
Wait.
right?
First of all,
I
we
know
need
that,
to
but
explain why she was cooking you.
um, well, okay.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be
I
hard to
took
say
an
for you, Rico.
I took an L, right? When trying to translate a certain word, all right? And
So you got our word wrong. You translated it wrong.
yeah, I translated it wrong because I'm not an expert, all right?
Yeah.
And they made a big stink about it, all right? They like, oh man, that's basics.
So
Like
basically, what you're
I
saying is that they corrected you.
yeah, but
Okay.
I said I never claimed to be an expert. I'm learning just like they are, all right?
Uh huh.
It's the blind, literally leading the blind on that, all
Yeah.
right?
Even though
So
she's only 17 and you're 23 or 24.
goodness. Well, there's children that can speak better Japanese than I can. I'm not sitting here salty about that. Like, I
I,
mean,
I guess.
it is what it is.
I think you are still
I
like
gotta practice.
you're still probably more advanced than her though. Maybe I don't know. Bro, she's over here trying to tell me that okay, so I say Yuji Itadori, and she was over here trying to flame me about how it's oh you gotta say the last name first. It's Itadori Yuji when literally no one calls him by like that. Like no one calls him
Um,
Itadori Yuji. They say Yuji Itadori, and like I know how shit
and
works in Japan, but like you could say their first
yeah,
name first, bro. Like
like saying the last name first is a formality. They only really
yeah,
do
it's the
that
proper way.
like if you were like a teacher in school, you would say Itadori Yuji, right? Because you're talking about talking to them, as a student to teacher, formal conversation. But if you're like with your friends or something like that, like you're gonna call them by their actual name. Only places they use that is like in businesses and like professional settings. They don't always talk like that.
Yeah, man. She was trying to tell me off, and I was stupid.
You know?
Like
The
because
thi-
I don't know, bro. It pissed me off.
there's two ways of talking in Japan. There's the formal way of talking to people, and there's the informal way of talking to people. And they switch between that all the time.
Bro. Oh my gosh, she don't know more
Yeah,
about
but
Japanese culture than me.
yeah,
She only watched 4 anime too. That's what really pissed me off.
yeah. Like I don't think she's watched any of the Kurosawa movies.
What the fuck is a
Hadn't seen any of
Kurosawa?
the classic. Akira Kurosawa is like the guy who made like the famous samurai movies. Um,
Oh yeah, I watched all of them. Yeah.
I'm sure you did. Anyway, let's get to the first topic on the
You talking about the one
list.
with the
All
like the
right.
sword?
Every Kurosawa movie features at least probably one sword. That's very vague. What's your favorite Kurosawa movie?
My favorite, yo, I like all. They're all so great, bro. They're like Avengers level movies, bro. But
But I mean, there's at least one that I think everybody would agree is like his best work. Which one do you think that is?
bro, they're all so good, bro. Like
What's the one that everybody?
huh? Oh, you talking about
What's the one that
Akira,
everybody knows him for?
bro?
Yeah, what's his full
I'm not
What's
gonna
his full
lie.
name?
All right, so oh, speaking of him, the creator of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
He actually like mentioned him, like he actually like said he was like pretty cool.
I told you that, teen.
Wait, really?
You wouldn't have known this.
Oh, you knew
Yes, you
that?
wouldn't have, teen. You wouldn't have known this unless
But
I told you.
nah, bro. My favorite Kurosawa movie is probably Last Man Standing, because like they had guns in there, and like it like drove away from like the traditional, like, what I'm saying, the samurai, and it actually had like guns and action, like Western stuff. I'm like into that. But anyways,
That's
uh
not. That movie does not exist. The closest movie that you're describing is Yojimbo. Yojimbo is the closest to what you just described,
then why is it on fucking Google, bitch?
bro. It's that
I
Last
literally
Man
look. It's
Standing.
literally on his movies, a
Let me let
list of
me let,
movies.
let me Google this.
Last Man Standing. God, bro. Bro's a fake fan, bro. You don't even know his movies,
bro.
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 You don't even know his fucking movies.
Last Man Standing is an American action film directed by Walter Hill and Bruce Williams.
What
I
about
don't
what
see
about two?
Akira
What
Kurosawa.
about
Wait, it's a remake of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo. Oh, oh. So it's Last Man Standing literally isn't an Akira Kurosawa movie. It's a Akira Kurosawa inspired movie.
yeah, that's what I said. It's fire. But my real one probably Tsubaki.
Bro, this say you haven't seen Akira Kurosawa movie.
You're talking about, Akira. That's what you mean. Oh yeah, okay. My favorite is probably Dragon Ball Z. I'm not going. R.I.P. Akira. But what's the first topic?
Apple is potentially allowing for emulation.
I thought it already did like 5 days
Um,
ago, 4 5 days ago.
I mean, yeah, but that's still new. Like they just did it.
Yeah, but what do you think about that, Rico? Since you're
But
like the number one Apple hater.
I bet you there's going to be some catch to it because there's always a catch when Apple is forced to do stuff. Um,
Uh,
I was looking into that on like a couple forums talking about it, and some people are really skeptical about it because
yeah.
the rules for like allowing emulation on there is you can only develop it in a certain way, and the way that Apple is saying that you have to develop the emulators, only really old emulators would be able to work, because certain API that Apple uses are like locked and you can't
Mhm.
access them to get the advanced like performance of the phone. So like you might see like maybe PS2, PS1 era
Game Boy.
and some GameCube games, but you're probably not going to see anything more advanced because Apple's terms of service for allowing emulators are kind of strict.
Yeah, I think that's
Also,
fine because like the
yeah,
majority of the people aren't really using any emulator past like the PS2 on their phones, to be honest, or make the
well, they
PSP.
were using the Switch emulator until you know,
Uh, well, I mean, like,
there's
do you
Switch
think like,
emulation is possible on phones now, huh?
do you think like the reason they're doing this is because like emulation has got so much attraction recently?
No, I think they're doing this because they want to look good for the EU and the US because Apple is getting sued by like three companies right now,
Oh yeah.
and they're under some fire. So they're like, oh, people like emulation. Let's do that. And get some goodwill. So like maybe these guys will stop being on our backs. You know. So I think they're just doing it to like look good in court. Like look, oh look, we're changing, we're being more open. But I think it's going to be good, but like I think it's not going to be as in depth as like emulation on Android.
Wait, can you like connect your phone to your Apple Vision Pro, like your screen?
Um, Actually, you might be able to do that, and if that's true, if that's the case, you probably could emulate games in augmented reality. Like,
Yeah,
imagine playing Persona 3 on the PS2 in like AR.
that shit might be cold,
The
bro.
request, like, yeah, like you could just like be sitting in like have a digital 4K TV in your face playing games on
Low
it.
key, Apple has the potential. Apple's been had the potential to like have their own gaming catalog, like exclusive
Yeah,
gaming
they
catalog.
honestly, if Apple wanted to make like a console, I think they could actually like compete with like PS5 and Xbox if they really wanted to. They have the money to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, but they
They
probably won't.
Back in the day, Apple was more open to gaming because Halo originally was on the Mac.
Oh shit.
Halo Ones had a Mac version, and after Halo got on the Mac, Microsoft immediately bought Bungie, and they made
Bungie
Halo
go.
2 an Xbox exclusive. But so they literally Microsoft literally stole Halo from Apple.
I
And
mean, like,
After that, Apple just gave up on gaming. He's like, oh well, Microsoft just bought us out.
yo, wait. Does Microsoft have a phone? I know Sony has a phone.
Microsoft had a phone. I don't know if you knew this, but a while back I actually had a Microsoft phone. It was a Windows phone.
Oh, that sounds
That
terrible.
thing sucked. Was awful. You could only play apps that Microsoft approved. So like
Ew.
the Windows Store,
No.
you could only download apps from the Windows Store. Um, there was nothing to do on the phone because it was so limited. It wasn't running Android and it wasn't running iOS. So like none of the apps from those app stores worked. Nobody developed stuff for it because it was like Windows proprietary garbage. The only thing that phone was good for was looking at porn. That was it.
What the? Whatever happened to leapfrog shit? Do people still use those?
Leapfrog. They kind of. I saw a video the other day. They were like using a leapfrog to play to run Linux on it. Someone
Uh,
was able to run Linux on a leapfrog.
yeah,
But let me see what they're doing today. I know they still make leapfrogs.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have to get one just because of nostalgia, bro. Like I might have to give one to like my kid or something, bro. Cause like low key, if I counted that as a console, that would probably be in like if I counted like the Leapfrog tablet as a console, that would probably be like in my top like low key. That'd probably be like in my top 4 or 5.
Yeah, so the newest leapfrog is the Leapster Ultra.
What the fuck? How much is
Yep,
that?
they got a Leaps. Let me see.
I'm going to Amazon right
It's
now.
Leapster Ultra. Yes, the Leapster Ultra.
It just sounds so stupid. The Leafs through. I could never figure out how to get games on my shit.
It's 90. It's
It's for
$45.
basically $50.
Yeah.
Um, this shit
Hope it's
looks
worth the
terrible.
$50.
No, they had.
Oh, if you give them $119, you can get the Leap Pad Ultimate.
Yeah, that sounds way more cool than. Or I see it. I see it
Yeah, the Leap
for
Pad Ultimate is like a.
I see it for 164 on the official Leapfrog
Oh,
store. Yeah, this looks way more
okay.
cooler than whatever that gay shit was.
Yeah, it's it's like an actual tablet. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably I don't even think I have my old Leapfrog.
Dang, I think I do
Yeah, I'd
have.
probably if
Oh
I
no,
if
I don't. I think I lost mine. Wait, do I still?
if I
I need
have
to
kids, I'll
check.
probably get them like a.
I need to check.
I think
Look,
I gave mine's away to like another kid,
are you
but
sold, bro?
yeah.
Listen, if you're a listener, if you're one of our one listener, if you're one of our one listeners, and you had a leapfrog as a kid, you deserve to go to heaven. All right, don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Unless you're a Freeran fan, then you don't deserve to go to heaven. But if you had a leapfrog,
What's wrong with
you know
Fred?
why I don't like Freeran. Okay,
Okay.
are we done with
I haven't
the fucking Apple shit?
think so. There's nothing really interesting going on with Apple other than they're getting sued and they are trying to do anything to get their reputation back up.
Can you even download ROMs
Uh,
on Apple? Like I know, like can
See,
you,
that's the thing. People don't know how you can do that because like it's so restrict. The Apple ecosystem is so restrictive. You can't just put files on there. So like
and I know some ROMs you have to
Apple's gonna
extract it. Like, can you extract stuff on Apple or on iPhones?
no, you can't. And some people are saying the only games that you're gonna be able to play on there are like homebrew games. So like games people make for the PS2 that are not like official PS2 games. It's like packs for games kind of. So like it's a whole slippery slope. Like
Uh,
I don't think it's gonna be as good as people are expecting it to.
yeah, it's I
There's
don't
one
know.
guy, the a PS1 developer said that they're about to try and put their emulator on to Apple, and they've submitted it, but like they won't know if they get approved for the App Store until like a month from now. So we'll see how it goes then.
Mm.
But
Well, the next topic is piracy because apparently piracy is way more available to talk about than Sweet Baby. Right, Rico?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, there's stuff going on with Star Wars with that, but like I'm not going to get into that.
Fuck Christ. Listen, I said it last podcast. I'll say it again. All right. Us here at the RNG podcast love sweet babies. Okay. We love sweet babies and we wish for nothing but the best for all the sweet babies that are born, except for the sweet babies that were born on the solar eclipse. Because if you were born on the solar eclipse, you are a demon. Isn't that right, Rico?
Yeah, yeah, that's what the Mayan calendar says, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what my One Piece calendar says, but I don't know.
Yeah,
What was the topic again? Piracy.
yeah. Apparently, something was going on with piracy.
Yeah, you brought it up in the chat earlier.
Oh,
That's why I put it in there.
oh. Well, first of all, I'm going to state right now we don't support piracy. We're just covering the topics, okay?
Yeah.
We don't condone any of the actions done. But Spider-Man 2, right? It's fully playable on PC now. So that
What?
means like, yeah, due to the Sony leak a couple months ago,
Uh,
um, they were able to get the actual like source code for Spider-Man 2, and they were able to recompile that to like a fully playable thing. Like if you go on piracy sites, which I won't list any in the podcast,
do it.
but
You,
like
you won't.
I've investigated the sites and I can confirm that there does exist a download of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, for all of you who don't know,
So
Rico is actually uh he's going to college or whatever. I think it's like a thing. He's training to be like a FBI agent. Um,
yeah, I'm a cybersecurity expert. Yeah,
yeah,
I go on the hacker forums and I report the stuff. So I gave him a good scolding on the site and I told him to take it down. So
they didn't do it
you
though
know,
because they don't respect Rico.
yeah,
Like he needs to like
yeah,
get
like
his
they're like
credit up.
yeah, like I gotta I gotta take down a couple of sites. I'm not at the level to take down a site as big as theirs because they got some DDoS protection, but like
Yeah,
we're investigating it. We're on the scene right now.
he's actually like he actually applied like a few years ago. He applied to become one of Nintendo's lawyers. Cause like that's how much he hates piracy. He wants to like get them taken down. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
and all of us here at the RNG
But like
podcast accept that, right?
yeah, but like they have unfortunately they turned me down
Fucking cop.
because like I couldn't they actually had me on the case for like Yuzu.
Hmm.
But like I couldn't figure out something, and like this other guy he figured out a way to sue Yuzu, and so when he brought it up to the Nintendo, they hired him over me. So like that was the whole story behind that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was almost there. I
I thought it was
almost
because you were
cracked
black.
Yuzu's case. That's probably that too. Yeah, they were like no gaijin, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Though they want to like keep their
And they
reputation
can't
up.
trust them. Yeah, they gotta only Japanese lawyers can take down Yuzu.
Yeah, us here at the RNG podcast support anti-diversity.
Okay, now you're gonna get us canceled.
All right. We don't support. We got well. We were almost gonna get a female in here, but they don't care about us. They just like VR chat
Yeah,
and
they've abandoned
Genshin,
us.
and we strayed away so far from the main topic. I forgot what it was. Piracy of
Yeah,
Spider-Man
and I
2.
guess in other piracy news, Mike Ybarra, who is
Oh
the
yeah.
president of Blizzard, right? Blizzard
Wait,
Entertainment. I
no.
thought it was Ubisoft, but I read it's actually Blizzard. So Mike Ybarra, he's saying that gamers should pay them a tip after they've beaten their single player game. So like imagine you pay $70 for your brand
To
new game. You play it all the way to the completion, and at the end of the game, the developers ask you to give them another $10 to $20 because you enjoyed the game so much you finished it.
I mean,
That's what Mike Ybarra wants.
yeah, asking is kind of weird. Honestly, that's what like Patreon is for, right?
Yeah, like
These companies are just
I,
so scared to use
I
Patreon.
bet I bet you if these companies use Patreon, people would don't. Like, there's already fanboys for like consoles.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's fanboys for like these gaming
Yo,
companies,
actually,
and they would get
that is a crazy idea that I'm so surprised that they haven't done yet. No
yeah, like
company has done that yet. Is like set up
instead of
donations.
asking for like these microtransactions, just ask them to just give you money. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's people who would do it.
that's so crazy
Like
that they
people,
haven't done that.
yeah, like they should seriously do that. Like put like a Patreon page on in this inside the game, so you just click on it. It'll like open it up in your browser, and you just give them money.
You know how much? You know how crazy it would be if like Mr. Beast was just just some like fan, like super fan of Sony. He was just like, today I'm just gonna give Sony fucking $5 million because just love them so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, just fund one of their whole games for them. You know.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't done that. It's just like I don't know. It's just so weird to me. Maybe it's just their
Maybe they
pride.
didn't want to have to pay taxes. Maybe it's like a tax write-off thing. Like if they're getting donations, they can't. Maybe they can't like write that off. You know.
I don't know because like if they're uh,
But then again, it's like donations. So like I don't know. Like there might be a legal reason why they don't do it, but
yeah, and like
I don't see
that could be
why.
the main reason to solve like the whole $70 game thing. Just ask for
Wait,
donations, and that
like
can compensate for the $70 price tag that people don't like in the DLC and stuff.
just remember, like there's been like indie developers who've like made money off of Kickstarter and like Patreon donations. So like
Yeah,
they indie developers can do it. There's actually no reason why AAA
but I don't
studios
think
can't.
anyone's gonna support like $1 million company for a Kickstarter, but like Patreon, like actual donations to the company directly. That's like a really smart idea that I don't know why they haven't done.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe it's like only nonprofits can do that or something.
I mean, I understand like Nintendo not doing it because like they get so much money off their off their merchandise, but like still like I don't know, even like a
You know
$1
what's
option.
sad?
What's that,
You can
Rico?
buy you know those like Overwatch, right?
Yup, of course.
You know how you can buy those little plushies to go on your keychains and stuff in the game?
Yeah,
The in-game plushies cost more money than the actual plushies you can buy for Overwatch in real life. Yes. Their merchandise is cheaper than the actual in-game items.
bro. These fucking companies are these companies like retarded or something?
I don't know, man. Like you can pay $20 for like digital version of like a $5 plushie you can just order
You know
on
what?
like
Maybe
Amazon.
gotcha games aren't that bad because the way these other companies, official companies, are thinking, you know, maybe the gotcha companies are actually the smarter companies, and these other ones are just stupid. I don't know. Maybe we got it all twisted.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Um. Yeah, it's stupid.
Oh wait, this is the main thing I thought you were gonna talk about. When we're talking about piracy. The de novo thing, the de novo stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. So while I was also investigating the Spider-Man 2 thing, right? I also found out there's this new piracy group, and before I get into this new piracy group, I'm gonna quickly go over the lore
Of course,
of the
yes.
piracy scene because there's a whole like anime arc in the realm of piracy. So back in the olden piracy days, right? Back when people were on like LimeWire and all this other stuff, piracy was very easy to do for video games. Like it's literally going into a file. and making something that's false to true, right?
Yep.
So there's no DRM that was like really sophisticated back then.
Your mom could
Well,
pirate if she wanted
eventually,
to.
yeah, like totally. Well, eventually these companies were like, hey, like we should actually make it hard to pirate like games. And so eventually they got tired of like basically like having bare bones DRM get cracked like in 5 days. So they invented Denuvo. Well, Denuvo is one of the things. There's other DRMs that aren't as popular, but Denuvo is obviously the most popular one.
Yep.
And so for a while, Denuvo games weren't cracked. Like they would go weeks, months, even a year without getting cracked
Or never be
until one
cracked.
day, yeah, or never be cracked. One day, a savage hacker by the name of Volsky um, actually cracked Denuvo, and for a few years, he was like top dog in the video game hacking scene. He was like Volsky was
He
like
was the
cracking
avatar.
all of the Denuvo games. Yeah, literally, there's a meme where like uh, he was like the avatar until like one day he vanished, like legit. Volsky eventually got arrested because
No.
he was pirating game. Like he was cracking pirated games, and like literally he was pirating a game while the FBI was breaking into his house. So he's like on his computer, and they just caught him in 4K.
Yes, the same group that Rico's trying to get into, or is it? He caught him. So good job, Rico.
Yeah,
You
I
caught him.
caught him. Yeah, yeah. I reported him to the authorities. Like I was outside of his house with binoculars when it happened. I was like, yes, we got
Rico,
him.
you're a fucking snitch, bro.
Yeah,
Had to be done
I
though.
gotta do it, man.
Had to be.
To be done. But then unfortunately, another hacker by the name of Empress, who claims to be like a female hacker. People
Mm-hmm.
question whether or not they're male or female because like they're anonymous. But Empress did a lot of hacking stuff too. And she was the main hacker. She was even better at hacking into Denuvo than Volsky, because like Volsky would take weeks to like crack these games. Empress could literally crack a game like within a day. Um,
Always knew women were
they
smarter
were
than fucking men, man.
they were they were so good at cracking Denuvo that like they were able to just go onto Reddit and like just talk to people, and they would just be showered with praise. One day though,
No, wait,
Empress
wait. Let
just
me guess.
turned
They got
insane.
arrested, right?
No, they went insane. Like they
Oh,
literally went insane. They
oh
started
boy.
saying like, yeah, we need to like I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but like they were like saying that they don't want Indian people to be in the server anymore.
What
For
the
some reason they were
fuck?
very yeah, they had some very strong words, Indian people. They had some really odd views about gender, and like they just went insane. Like they would like by the end of Empress's hacking career, they were like about to join a cult, and then after they joined the cult, they like stopped talking to people online. So everybody thinks that Empress is either in jail, in a cult, or has gone mentally insane and like just gone rampant.
I
But
feel
they're gone
like
now.
I'm starting to find a trend that maybe being in this community isn't the best option to like do. Like I'm starting to find like it's like the death note. Like if you like write it in it, like the end is not gonna be good for you. Like you're destined to either go insane or get arrested.
But they say only somebody as insane as Empress was able to crack the Nouveau. They said no sane person can actually like do it. So maybe that's you have to become insane to
Oh
be able to do it.
shit, that's poetic.
Yeah.
You're still a fucking
Volsky
freak.
said some crazy stuff too though.
What
But
about?
Volsky was not nearly as insane as
All right, so
Empress.
I'm curious.
But hey,
Where does Fit Girl play into all this?
okay, so Fit Girl is a man in the middle kind of, or a woman in the middle, because Fit Girl also claims to be female. But Fit Girl does not actually do the hacking. What happens is the hackers for the game will create the hacked version of the game and then put it on a private site, and like you can get into the private. Anybody can get into the private site, but they have to go through a vetting process to make sure they're not like a police or something.
Yeah, like you.
Uh, yeah. Like, see, like I wouldn't be able to get in because they'd be like, "Oh, that's you're fed."
But
They
Rico
do
has
it. No.
connections though. He has connection.
Yeah. I have people on the inside, right?
Yeah,
Like you can get into these private piracy groups, and they share the um the game files for these hacked games. So what Fit Girl does is they get into these groups, and they Fit Girl does a lot for these things too. Even though she doesn't hack the games, she does a lot to make them very accessible. What Fit Girl does is they'll take the hacked version of the game, they'll compress it, and they'll optimize it so that way it can be easily shared with people. So they'll compress it, they'll turn it into a torrent or like a executable file, or put it in a zip folder. But the
yeah.
compression is very difficult to do because you got to like
Mm.
optimize and all this other stuff. That's why a lot of games, once they get removed, the Duvo removed from them, they run better. It's because the people who compress and optimize it remove all the bloat that comes with the game because of the Nuvo. So the games literally run lighter after they get compressed and like hacked and stuff. But anyway, Fit Girl is the if you were thinking this was like a drug scenario, Empress would have been the drug maker, and Fit Girl is the drug distributor. Okay,
She's the plug.
yeah, she's the plug.
Interesting.
A- anyway, there's a new you know,
A new
piracy
avatar, basically.
yeah, a new avatar because the last two they like went to jail and the one went mentally insane. This new person though, they're called what are they called?
L.
Let me look it up. Oh, they're not called L. I wish they were. They're called delusional.
Oh
It doesn't
boy.
have that is that's not a good sign that they won't go insane, but there
Yeah.
is a new the new for piracy group. Now that people think this is a group of people and not one person, maybe they won't go insane. But maybe if it's a group of people, right, they'll spread the insanity equally amongst themselves. They'll balance out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they've cracked the amazing new latest titles such as Handball 17.
What the fuck is Handball 17?
It's a really old game that never got cracked by the Nouveau, so people thought it was impossible to crack it.
I'm gonna look that shit up right
the
now,
fact
bro.
that they, yeah, the fact that they hacked Handball 17 is kind of a low key flex because none of the previous people who were capable of hacking the Nouveau have ever cracked a game like that.
This game look ass.
Yeah, I don't know why they started with that game. Like, start with something a bit more modern, but some people theorize they are inexperienced, so they start off with an older version to get practice. Then they're gonna move on to bigger titles later. But
I could have
yeah,
had
there's
that.
there's a new guy, and I gotta investigate more further to like try and take him down. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna definitely going to go after this one too to stop the piracy from going rampant again.
Yeah, definitely not gonna snitch and then let the other FBI agents do it like you did the last two.
Yeah, I'm actually turn this guy in or girl.
Yeah. Uh, well, since we're talking
But
about
yeah, it's
piracy, um, we can talk about how these companies, or I guess these developers, you want to call them, don't know how to make Switch emulators right, or any Nintendo emulator right, because I don't even know what's happening, Rico. You know what's happening, and it's all just confusing
bro.
to me.
I'm carrying this. Right,
This is your
so
episode. This is
what happened with Yuzu? Everybody's no, we've covered that in a previous podcast. Yuzu got sued by Nintendo, but we didn't know exactly why because the case got ended very quickly, and neither side really wanted to explain what was going on. But now we know, because the Suyu developers, the people who made a fork of Yuzu in order to preserve the emulator, um, they uh, they did some digging because they got taken down once for re-uploading Yuzu's code, but they did take their code off of the they self-host it now, so they have their own website where they host Suyu and
Yes.
they're developing it. But while they were developing the software, they realized that they literally had a Nintendo Switch SDK, like a development kit. I don't know how they got a development kit. Maybe they stole it from Nintendo or whatever. But they were using a Nintendo development kit to work on Yuzu, which means they had actual code from the Nintendo Switch inside of the emulator. That is very illegal. Okay, that is like the only way you can do it legally is if you develop the code by yourself. Like you don't look at any of Nintendo's stuff. You have to develop the entire emulator um manually, like with your own knowledge of
That's too
coding,
much work,
right?
Rico. They gotta risk being sued billions of dollars. That's the
Apparently Ryujinx is doing it correctly, so that's why we can't get Ryujinx because apparently their code is 100% self made, so they're in the clear legally. Yuzu, on the other hand, they literally got caught in 4K with like Nintendo's code inside the emulator. That's why it ran better than Ryujinx. They had
yeah.
Nintendo's stuff on there. But yeah, the Suyu development team have completely abandoned project except for a couple of people, like the founder of Suyu and a couple of programmers are still on the project. But I want to be honest, with how many people left the project, there's no way you're going to be seeing any updates from Suyu anytime soon. Suyu is looking at another lawsuit from Nintendo because if they keep working on that project with that code in there, and the problem is the code is so large for Yuzu, like the code base, there's no way of figuring out what code is like Nintendo's code and what code is like original Yuzu code because it's mixed in there, like the source code from Nintendo. So it's literally like picking a needle from the haystack of what code to remove. Even if they remove it, um, it will it will break the entire emulator, so they'd have to recode it from scratch anyway. So the
Um,
project is pretty much dead. I think all you're gonna see is maybe Suyu, like the people who are still working on it, are gonna get sued by Nintendo, maybe, but that's it. They're not gonna be able um to come back from this. Like they literally have Nintendo's own code in the project. It's pretty much illegal to use at this point.
yeah, not only that, but I saw recently that the 3D. I don't know if this is enough to get taken down, but since Citra got taken down, it might. But apparently
Citra,
the newest 3DS emulator, Lemonade, apparently they just basically stole Citra's code. This I don't
okay.
like. What do
As
you?
far as I know, Citra is legit. Um, the only reason they took down Citra is because the same people working on the Yuzu were also working on Citra. So because
Yeah,
both of
that's
them were
what I
working on it
thought.
and it's Nintendo's property, it's collateral. But Citra, as far as I know, is completely legal. But they still shouldn't have just took the source code because the problem isn't that they took the source code and the developers came out and said this. The problem is they didn't credit them because
Yeah.
the Citra source code is an OpenGL license, and OpenGL means that you can use the code, you just have to credit the authors, and they didn't do this. So yeah, the um the lead developer of of Lemonade, I believe he did come out and say that
Fuck you.
he doesn't no he does intend to
So
the credit them. No, he's
Oh,
gonna credit them. Apparently, it was somebody else in his development team that did that. Like, this took the code without telling him. So I don't know what I guess they're gonna like fire that one rogue developer.
weren't they like
But
also
yeah,
insulting like the original Citra
yeah,
developer?
but that was like the apparently according to the head developer of Lemonade, he said that was a like someone else in his team that did that. So
So
I don't know.
basically, he really did it, but he's just gonna pick some random employee and fuck him up.
Yeah, I mean they're all doing it for free. So like he's gonna fire one
Uh,
of the lower level volunteers. Okay, yeah, you're out of here. You're gonna be the one thrown under the bus for this one. Yeah,
um, but yeah, I guess
the
nobody
emulation
knows
scene isn't
her.
doing good.
Yeah, at least on the Nintendo side, um,
Yeah,
it's very
and
weird.
the thing too is all those developers that are working on Yuzu, they're gone. They're not going to work on emulation ever again. They said that when they left, not touching emulators ever. So like all that talent in like Nintendo emulation is literally gone now. You have to get new developers to like relearn everything.
Yeah, I would like offer because like I think I have what it takes to like crack the codes and crack like the Novo field games, but I don't want like Rico doesn't care if you're
Yeah, I
your
have to.
friend or not. Like he will do what's right in terms of the law, and I don't want to like get on Rico's bad side in terms of like piracy.
Yeah, I'd have to arrest him. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but oh, okay. We want to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, I believe it's Persona 6.
Persona 6 and Kingdom Hearts 4 were trending on Twitter. No,
Yeah, this is you. This is all you, team. I'm in the dark on this one.
so I think uh KH4 was trending with like 1,000 over 1,000 tweets, and the reason KH4 was trending was because I think the Summer Games Fest Twitter posted what are some games that you would want to see revealed at the Summer Games Fest, which I think is pretty fucking stupid because it's like the things they choose to reveal are already set. So asking the audience what they want to see is kind of fucking stupid. I don't know, but uh, a lot of people were saying Kingdom Hearts 4, and that ended up making Kingdom Hearts 4 trend on Twitter. Um, so basically, all this shows is that people want Kingdom Hearts 4, and we need to see Kingdom Hearts 4 news. And funny enough, um, I don't know if you want this information to be out about your birthday.
Um, I mean it's fine.
I
It's
mean, they
just
would have to actively go and look this up, and I don't think they
there's
would
so many
really
people who are
care.
born on the same day. So like,
Okay, well, basically,
yeah.
um, funny enough, Rico's birthday was actually on the same day that Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced. Uh, I wish I was as lucky as him for that to be the case for me personally. But yeah, I was just in the chat. I was like, all right, yeah, hey guys, today's the 2-year anniversary of no information since Kingdom Hearts 4's announcement. And Rico's just like, oh, cool, yeah, it's my birthday. And I was like, oh shit. But
And maybe I should play it then. It's on my birthday. Maybe that's a sign.
please. Oh, I think you should give it a chance. You should you should well, I was gonna say pirate it, but you're like hey, you're gonna freak out
Yeah,
about that.
I'm a ethical person. I gotta support the developers.
But
But yeah, I'll definitely look. Maybe I'll investigate the sites to like maybe see where like to start. But like I won't download it from there. Of course, I'll just write the list down and like put it on my Steam library if possible.
yeah, I actually recently beat Kingdom Hearts 3 for the 8th time, and this time it was on the second hardest difficulty, Proud mode, which was surprisingly easy. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a fun game. Fun, very fun, flashy game like DMC, but a little bit more creative with magic and stuff. But I know a game that Rico will definitely look into, or at least try it out. Definitely play it. Is another game that's been trending on Twitter, which is Persona 6. And sadly, the reason why Persona 6 is trending on Twitter is because a very trusted person who gives out, should I say classified? I'm just gonna say, lack of a better word, classified information, came out and said and confirmed that the next color of the main Persona game will be green. I know Rico's excited for that because green,
Yes,
the
that's
shitty color,
great.
is his favorite color because he has terrible opinions.
Bro, green is like the best color. Like there's green all around you.
Name
You
one
go
cool
out in
thing that's
nature
green.
and grass.
You think grass is cool?
Yeah. I mean,
What's
it
cool about it?
gives you it's a plant, so like it produces oxygen. You know, you need that to like live and stuff.
But you step on grass, so how can you think
Uh,
it's cool?
I mean, it's there for me to step on. Like you know, it's like if you fall on grass, it's like more cushy than like falling on concrete. So like, you're not gonna strip your arm if you fall on grass. You know.
But grass gives people, like, people who are allergic to grass. It's like an allergy. Like, that could kill someone.
I'm allergic to grass
Yeah.
actually.
So why do you like
So
it? If
um
anything, you should hate grass.
like it, but it's like a double-edged sword, you know. Like yeah, it might like it might like actually hurt me, but it also helps me, you know. Also like there are like you can make smoothies like you can eat vegetables are green um you know and like those are healthy.
Hey, name one green vegetable.
Broccoli.
And you think broccoli's cool?
Yeah, it's great.
What's great about Rico?
It provides nutrients.
You know what else provides nutrients?
You know
Apples,
what's that?
oranges, bananas, all things that aren't green. Well, I guess apples and
Okay.
bananas can be green, but like, actually, green apples are the best
See,
apples.
yeah, yeah. See, you're coming around on my side now.
No, I'm not.
Um,
Because I can name a billion things that are red and orange or any other color that are way cooler than grass
um,
and broccoli.
you like Piccolo, right? From Dragon Ball. He's green. Like he's cool.
Yeah, but guess what? His newest form, his most powerful form, is orange. So
Okay, well, Midoriya from My Hero, he's cool. Like he lost his arms now, so like
why,
he's even more
why would
diverse.
you spoil our audience?
We've spoiled them before. It's not like something that's something
Yeah,
new.
they know Gojo's dead.
One person that's watching is probably very upset, but like he'll get over it. Um, uh, Gon is green. Like he's wearing green
Kurapika's
outfit.
better.
He's cool. Kurapika is pretty cool. Um, Leorio has a green tie.
I know you did not
You
just
guys like
bring up
Leorio,
Leorio.
right?
You could have said Metara, bro. You could have said Metara. You could have said Zoro.
Oh
And you
yeah,
would have had me. Well, you missed your chance.
yeah, yeah. I did. But I literally just like looked at my poster in my room, like, oh, he has a green tie. Like, he's
You
down to
could
help
said
me.
Brawly, bro. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. But see, like you proved my point for me. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like green doesn't have to prove
Okay, but I
itself
can name a
to
million
be
other
good.
people who are way cooler in other colors.
Okay.
Like name a random color. I bet I can name like at least 10
Um,
people.
blue.
Goku, Vegeta. That's really all I need to name, right? Sasuke.
Yeah, that's.
Um.
Sasuke's like purple though.
He's like like beginning part one, like kind of like dark blue, black, right?
I guess.
Um. Goddamn Todoroki. Goddamn. It's actually really hard to come up with a blue character on the spot. Uh. I don't know. I named Goku and Vegeta, so that's all I need to do. Uh, what is the next topic? I'm tired of this topic. What even was this topic?
Um, Persona and Kingdom Hearts 4 trending.
Oh yeah, the persona shouldn't be green. It should be rainbow. Like my theory.
Okay.
All right, next topic. This is probably the most interesting topic. About how manga sucks right now.
Yeah. Manga's in a really rough spot at the moment. Um,
Yeah, say something,
it's
Rico.
just manga right now is it's One Piece is carrying manga. I'm just gonna say it there
One
now. Like
Piece and
it's
JJK.
yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. So like and like One Piece is already like on its way out. So like after One Piece, Shonen Jump is gonna have to like really buckle down and like actually make some more series because they are gonna start losing the viewership because like I mean the other anime that's out they're okay. I won't say like they're bad or
They're not
anything,
Naruto. They're not
but like
Bleach. They're not
they're not
Dragon
yeah
Ball.
they're not touching any of those series in terms of viewership. So like I partially blame Shonen Jump because what Shonen Jump likes to do is if a series doesn't immediately pop off, they will discontinue the series. There's been so many manga artists in the past that have made manga series on Shonen Jump, and they've only gotten like two whole chapters before they got axed. So like they should have kept a lot of those series in running. That way they'd have a buffer. But like they're kind of in trouble after One Piece ends.
Yeah. Um. Another thing is that like um a lot of these mangaka like are new, right? Like a lot of this stuff is like their first work, and so like the greats like Kishimoto, Oda. Oh, actually, I think One Piece was Oda's. I think Attack on Titan was. You know what? Screw it. That whole thing just went out the window. I guess your first work could be a masterpiece. It just depends on who you are. But I don't know. I feel like in manga, like shonen in general, is just falling off. Um,
Yeah, I mean
there's no Hunter x Hunter.
there's more anime than just shonen. Like shonen is just like that one type, but like shonen is like a huge part of the anime industry.
Yeah, like I I don't know. That's like I don't want to say it's getting repetitive because I wouldn't go as far as say like like superhero fatigue that people say they have.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't go as far as say it's like shonen fatigue. I'm not fatigued of it, but a lot of this stuff just getting kind of boring. Like I already seen this shit before. Like I don't know, bro. Like the thing with JJK is JJK was different because it didn't focus on the story too much. It was really just like action and boxing. There's very little downtime, and people loved it. And the animation was crazy. But if that animation is not there and the story's not there, what do you got? You just got a basic ass anime or a basic ass manga. And
yeah,
that's another thing I feel like these mangaka are doing. It feels like they're getting lazy with their shit. To where like they know that if their manga gets picked up and turns into an anime, they're good. Like they're good for life. They don't have to do anything except continue the series as is in the manga. Like, I feel like a lot of these mangaka don't really start trying until their manga gets picked up into an anime, and then they're forced to. They pretty much have to like try because they have this expectation of like, oh, I want to go to the manga, see what happens. I can't wait these extra 3 years for season two or three.
yeah. Um, I think that the manga industry, like, it, in the early days of like early anime and manga, there weren't these tropes and these trends for like characters and stuff. A lot of these guys had to develop it from scratch. Like
Yeah,
the original OGs, they invented the tropes, right? Like they invented all the character archetypes and stuff like that. And so like they were a lot more original back then. Now that there's so much anime and manga out now, it's kind of easy for like a author to just look at what's successful and just try to mimic that. There's nothing wrong with that, but like I don't think they're doing enough um to differentiate themselves from like or like other series.
yeah. It's
But
that, and it's like, what can you do to differentiate yourself? Because like at the end of the day, shonen is a genre, and a lot of the stuff is gonna
yeah,
be like copy and paste because it's a shonen. It's gonna like that's the reason why people say, "Oh, this is a typical shonen," because like 90% of them are because they're all the
yeah.
same genre. Uh, like even the
What?
sports and like sports anime and manga, they're kind of like they're shonen. The typical underdog has to grow, has to overcome these difficult battles, difficult fights, difficult matches until they become the best.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the Hokage of their universe. Like
Yeah,
Black Clover, you become the Wizard King. Um, what other anime is like that? I've seen a lot of anime. I know Black Clover is a good example. My Hero, you want to become the greatest hero. Like everybody wants to be the Hokage of their universe with like a lot of shonen too. Um,
I don't think Deku wants to become the greatest. I think he just wants to be a hero, right? Or did he want to
he
become
wanted
the
to become number
greatest?
one. I think
Oh,
he did.
well,
Because like
I
the
guess.
beginning, he's like, "This is a story of how I become the number one hero." I remember he said that.
Well, yeah, I don't think he like actively wanted like. I think he just wanted to like come. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, he's also like in competition with Bakugo. At least that's what it was like in the first few seasons. Because remember, Bakugo and Deku were always competing with each other.
Like at first, that
To
competition was like kind of one sided until like he
yeah,
Missouri got pissed off. He was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna. I don't know. I guess they're all pretty much. They all want to become Hokage. They all want to become Pirate King.
Yeah,
Uh,
everybody wants to be, number one. It's always like from the bottom to the top kind of story. Um, I think I don't think it's too late for the anime industry. I think a lot of the people like who write anime and manga are very intelligent and like creative. And I think when the time comes, like when push comes to shove, and like One Piece finally has its last like arc and everything, I think there's going to be the perfect opportunity for new people to enter the space and make something unique.
yeah, I think they got time. Cause what One Piece probably ain't ending in like another 5 years, 3 or 5 years.
One thing, one thing I want to see, like as a new trope, maybe to like freshen things up, is I want a anti-hero, like a character that uh, is morally ambiguous and like their goals aren't as straightforward as become best thing.
Uh,
Uh, that like one thing I really liked with Hunter x Hunter is like the author wasn't afraid to move on from the main character. Like after
yeah.
Gon his arc wrapped up, Gon wasn't trying to be like the best hunter in the world. After Gon used up all of his nen to like fight that one chick, his story arc kind of wrapped up, and they moved on to Kurapika. So like I want to see stories like that. Like it's just kind of like
Oh,
this
that's why I want you to
world,
watch Blue Lock, bro, the soccer anime, cause like they're they're literally all fighting to become like the main character, bro. It's amazingly.
Blue Lock. I'll check it out. Let me add that to my watch.
Like I think I don't want to say they're underrated because Haiku, the volleyball anime like popularized or and Slam Dunk too, but um sports anime it's done so great because it's like even for people who's not into sports, because like if you're in a sport, like a constant mind, like a mind game kind of. Like it's constant decisions, constant strategy, and I love that. I love like the strategy shit and like mind games, logic
Kind of
battles,
like if
and
it's
shit.
is it like Death Note with like the mind
Yeah,
games
yeah,
where like
yeah. Blue Lock specifically.
okay, I think I could get into it like if it's like that because like one thing I really liked about that series is like just the um one up every like episode. Like L would find a way to one up Light, and Light would then you one up L in the next episode. It was like great, that back and forth.
Yeah, and the voice acting is the dub voice acting is crazy. Um, I like how like I started to notice too with the like specifically sports anime, but other anime too, is that when there's a character from another country, they get voice actors to speak that specific language that they speak in that country. Like in Blue Lock, like obviously different countries have different soccer teams. So if they introduce another soccer team, if there's like an English, so if there's like a American person that who appears, they'll speak English even though it's in the subbed. Or like a person from France will speak French in the subbed, and I think that's cool. To like
Um,
have that kind of
the
language
Cyberpunk
diversity.
anime did that too. If you
Yeah,
watch the Cyberpunk anime in the dub, at least, um, characters that aren't English speaking people. Like I know there's a Japanese clan in Cyberpunk, like a gang, and they only speak Japanese even in the dub. And like there's the Creole Haitian people, the Voodoo Boys, right? They speak Creole Haitian even though it's like dub, and it's there's the main characters speak English, but like any non-American character that's also in the world doesn't speak English just because the anime is in dub, which is kind of cool.
yeah, but yeah, yeah. I started to notice that in like newer anime that
Yeah,
came
that's a
out.
nice touch. Usually, like what I've seen from older anime, they'll just have somebody speak English if it's like a English character, and it's really just a Japanese person that they made speak broken English to like could sound like it. They're like always a stereotype of a character, but like they've gotten better with that over time.
Yeah, but back to the anime falling off. Um, I've seen an RDC clip recently of one of their streams, and Mark was like, and I'm sure a lot of people felt this too back then, where Mark was like, "Hey, to be honest, I thought like when Naruto and Bleach and Dragon Ball were ending, I thought Shonen was done uh for good back then until anime like JJK, My Hero, and Demon Slayer came out, and they pretty much saved the industry. So that could pretty much happen again. It's just gonna be like
I
it's
think
pretty
it's
much
a
like a
matter of
generational
time.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm sure there's like a generation of people out there right now in like Japan who want to like write new series. Like there, I told you about this one out a while back. I don't know if the series is published yet, but there's this one YouTuber that's in Japan and he's trying to work on a manga of his own. I'm watching his channel, and it's about these characters where you give them a name, based on their name, that's what kind of power they'll have.
yeah,
I told you, yes. So it might be like another My Hero. Like if he finishes that series and like gets it to Shonen Jump, like that could be something cool.
yeah. And I also
Um,
think that artists, specifically like well black content creators like RDC and even Sylvanas that is thinking about or is writing his own manga right now, and RDC is has a deal with well they accidentally leaked their deal with Netflix. They have a deal with Netflix now for them to get their
oh wow.
manga animated, and it's just
I wonder would Shonen Jump start getting anime and manga from foreign countries? Would they
I feel like they
license that
should.
stuff? I mean, they may have to at some point. Like just in looking at Japan in general, their population is on a decline right now. So statistically speaking, there will be eventually less people um, to write manga in a few years.
Or if they
And this is
want, they
like
can do
10 years in the future.
like a different thing of shonen, like a shonen America or something.
Either way, they're going to have to start like opening up the country to more people because their
Yeah,
population is not going to be able to sustain itself. Maybe they'll also start doing that with like foreign media and like and stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, I think I think they're just like in a generational leap right now. Like they're gonna once the One Pieces and everything go away, they'll get new stuff.
it's so wild to think about though. Like a time where One Piece is finished. That's just so weird to like think.
One Piece
Uh,
has existed like since before I was even born. Like I was in diapers and One Piece was still going on.
like think how many people transitioned from elementary school to middle school to high school to college in that amount of time. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, there's people who have kids now, and like they were probably like reading One Piece like when they were kids, and they got kids of their own now. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it will we'll probably never get like an anime this long that long ever again though. It's kind of
Yeah,
you know,
like it seems like it's too draining for artists to make it for that long. Like Oda seems like the exception because like from what it sounds like, Oda only thinks about his manga. Like he does that stuff from day to night. He doesn't get burnt out like everybody else does. I think the average like creator is just going to get burnt out. They're not going to be able to write that long.
I think a lot of people also have different ideas for different manga too. They just don't want to have to stick like they don't
Yeah,
want their
like
whole like career to be revolved around this one manga, this one
yeah, because
storyline.
that's what the Naruto there did. Like after he finished Naruto, he went on to make Samurai 6. Didn't do well though, unfortunately. But like the thing is that they want to like move on eventually.
Yeah, I started to notice that a trend too. A lot of, like 80% of the time, if a manga artist, like if a manga cause a manga pops off, the next manga after that does shit, which is really sad.
Yeah.
It happened
Um.
uh with Burn the Witch, uh
Oh wait, that
Bleach's
happened to Burn
creator.
the Witch?
I think so. I heard
I
it
thought he
did
just
pretty
like took a
bad.
break. Oh.
I haven't really heard that many people talk about it, so it might have fell
Like
off.
I
But
watched a video like it was like a month ago, and the guy in the video made it seem like it was a chance he could come back.
uh,
Who knows? He also said that he Taite Kubo, like the Bleach creator, was gonna go make a spin-off series of Bleach, like a prequel, like talking about the
I hope not. Actually,
it was like a prequel of like the I forgot what they were, like the head of the Soul Society, like the this is seven or something like that. He's gonna make a prequel covering their like how they became like the heads of the Soul Society.
mm, that sounds cool, but like with me, I watch like I'm into like actual like movies and I don't know how to like this. I don't know where to put it. Like just movies in general. And what like the thing what a lot of companies are doing now with popular IPs or franchises is they're starting to make prequels when they get run of ideas. Like like Willy Wonka, for example, they just released Wonka, which is a prequel to Willy Wonka, and like like Wonka's backstory. And I'm just tired of prequels, man. It's they're overdoing it, at least in the film industry. Uh,
Yeah, they really are.
and with
That's why I hope that the anime, because the anime industry doesn't feel like the film industry. The anime industry still feels like it's got a lot of room to grow, and like it's just a lot more interesting than what's going on in like um the Hollywood and stuff. I
I
feel like a
will
lot of the
say,
media in the world. Yeah.
I will say with 100% certainty that when it comes to TV shows and movies, the community, and those are 100% better than the anime community. I can say 100% certainty. The anime community sucks, bro. Nobody in the
Yeah.
in like normal TV shows argue this much about stupid shit as much as anime
You could
fans
argue
do.
that maybe they're more passionate about the art form
I mean,
than movie people, I guess.
I guess, but like
Movies
I don't
seem
know.
more casual, mainstream appeal, right? Like I think anime is kind of like
I think
it's it's more popular now, but anime is kind of always started as off as a niche kind of thing. Like you were called that weeb, you know,
I
in
think things
school
like
if you were into it.
Marvel and Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, stuff like that, kind of brought it out of the casual and more to like die hard stuff. But
Hmm.
honestly, it's really just Marvel. Marvel's been carrying the die hard movies and shows and stuff. But there's also stuff like
Yeah.
Blue Eye Samurai and Arcane with where like
Honestly
animated
though,
shows.
I want to see stuff not made in Hollywood. Like I feel like a lot of the world's media is like all made in like America and Hollywood. I feel like we need to see more like countries do art and movies and stuff.
Yeah, I
You
like
know?
a lot of like I know Mark from RDC when he was writing his stuff. it was very hard for him when he was in Hollywood pitching his ideas. It was very hard for him to stick with his ideas because the higher ups just don't listen to you. They want to do it their way, as if they're the ones who wrote it. And a lot of the final like production doesn't come out to like what the original author or creator really visioned for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem with like a lot of the media being so centralized. Like when there's one like place like Hollywood, like when all the or when majority of like entertainment is being produced in one place like that, you're not gonna get like unique and interesting stuff. It's gonna get very homogenized, and like samey. Um, and
Yeah,
that's why a
I
lot of people cling to like anime and stuff because it's like it's stuff that's just not made like that really stiff like Hollywood mindset.
do you think Shonen will ever be like that? I hope not. I pray it
I
doesn't.
I don't think so. The Gundam, the Gundam creator, the guy who made the Gundam series, he
Mm.
he a few months ago he made like a statement like warning the anime industry to not go down the path of like Hollywood. He said Hollywood is like sad and depressing, and anime
Actually,
is right now is in a golden age. Huh?
I think I don't know if Chainsaw Man is a shonen. I think it is, but Chainsaw Man has some really crazy, weird uh panels. Like there's this one panel of this like dude saying one of the villains is saying like this is why religion is like this is why I think he said like the main reason why the world sucks is because of religion. And he just hates religion. It's so weird and edgy. That's why I don't
What?
read. That's why I don't read the Chainsaw Man manga. It's so weird and ugly.
Jeez, that is pretty edgy.
Yeah, it's and then you have like isekais where like grown men. Apparently, there's this anime called Mushoku Tensei. I was gonna watch it until someone told me that it's basically this grown man gets isekai and he's like 12 and he dates 12-year-olds. And it's like,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that.
that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm I was still see this the like TV shows don't have to worry about this stuff, but I guess it's just a matter of culture. Cause them
Yeah, like
Japanese
that
they love
stuff.
their kids.
In Japan, like I guess I can't say what it's called, but like the PDF file, like that being illegal. The U.S. made that illegal before Japan, so that kind of says something too.
Wait, is it like the age of consent like 13 or something in Japan?
16,
Oh,
16.
six. Okay, I don't know where I got 13 from.
Still, that's pretty young.
Yeah, it's. How old do you have to be to drive in
Um,
Japan? 16.
I don't know. I know you have to be 20 to be able to drink.
Uh,
Um, so I think 16. I know 16 is the legal age to drive in the U.S.
yeah,
So maybe 16. Like people don't really drive in Japan that much. Most people get on the chikatetsu with the train, um, or the subway, or like a bus.
yeah. It's
It's
crazy.
not.
I never really
I mean,
seen
people.
that many people drive in anime. It's like a racing
Yeah,
anime.
like people do drive in Japan, but it's more of like a luxury than in the U.S. Like you drive in Japan like if you've got like a nice home with a garage and you're like living in the countryside of Japan with like the long windy roads that go down like that's what Tokyo Drift was, like those long like windy roads in like the countryside of Japan. That's like where you drive your cars at. Like you're not going to be driving it in the middle of well, I mean people do drive in Tokyo, but like why would you drive in Tokyo when like everybody takes the train? It's like New York, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's you just wouldn't do it. It's just the the public transportation system in Japan is way more advanced than like in the U.S.
Mm. Also, random off-topic thing, but if I could not live in Japan, I don't even think I could be able to visit Japan because I've never realized how much of the food like culture of Japan is mainly like seafood and fish. And I'm actually allergic to
Mhm.
any type of seafood. So
I Yeah, I don't like seafood. I mean, I've had a couple things, so like I'd need to get used to it if I did ever go there. I could eat ramen though. I think
yeah, I
ramen
can
would be
definitely eat
fine.
ramen. Um I
But that's because
like
Japan is like literally like an island, so like that's all they had. You know, they
like
eat eels. I'm like, what gets me is they eat eels. Like those things electrocute you in the ocean, and there's somebody who's like, oh, I wonder how this tastes. You know?
bro, every time I seen someone eat a takoyaki in the anime, for the longest time I thought those were like chocolate covered balls or something, and then I looked it up and it was like octopus. I was like, oh no, I can't eat this.
Oh, what? That's what that is? I thought it was
Yeah,
just like a meatball. Like they just put like beef in a ball and eat it, but
no,
it's
it's like
octopus.
yeah, it's mainly octopus. You know, it's like raw octopus too. It's not like it's
Oh,
just weird. I don't.
stuff you do when you're when you're stranded on an island, man.
Yeah,
You know they got that one fish in Japan too that if you eat it like and like the chef prepared it incorrectly, you'll die because it's like a poisonous fish.
yeah, they got some crazy shit in there.
Apparently, it's a delicacy there, but it's like if the chef screws up, you're dead. Like you better hope they cut it right.
All it takes is one bad day, and then
Yeah, yeah.
oh my god, bro,
They'd be like, Yabai, abune, don't eat that.
that sounds like a fucking Trey Rags like skit. Like when you order when you order a poisonous when you order poisonous like fish, and you're fucking the chef is
On a bad
angry or
day.
something. Yeah, the chef's on a bad day. Like, I don't care anymore, man. That's so cute. Long Beach Griffey. Yeah.
No.
But
You know, oh man, I still got this bad cough from my allergies. You know, Long Beach Griffey made another video today.
you know what? This is not the Long
When
Beach Griffey podcast, bro. You know, I'm gonna end it. I'm ending it right now.
you gonna end it?
We got
All
one
right. Well,
super
hey,
off
thanks
topic.
guys. Appreciate you coming
Hold
to the
on, I
podcast.
gotta play the copyrighted music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, rap Rico.
yeah, yeah. Um, I can't rap.
Bye. Yeah,
Goodbye.
this wasn't here.
So
If you
long.
didn't know.
Alvita say goodbye.
Yeah. Release Kingdom Hearts 4,
Uh,
please.